Hi, welcome back to Hobby Life. This is part 4 of my Paranormasight playthrough. In the last game, spoilers alert, so if you haven't watched the other parts yet, and you don't want to get spoiled on anything, go back and watch those ones. Or go watch a different playthrough if you don't like commentary and stuff during your playthroughs of horror games and stuff like that. I don't even know if this is really true horror, because, I mean, there are jump scares and stuff, but yeah. Anyways, last time, we followed the Yako storyline, so the high school girl and her friend. We essentially just learned that her friend died under mysterious circumstances. They said that it was that they offed themselves, but we know that they would never do that. We performed essentially a seance, and I think her name was Mio. uh, was the one who helped us do the seance, and then when we were trying to leave, we bumped into another teacher and student. Someone also tried to kill us, but we don't know who. And then Yako ran out of the school, bumped into I think the janitor it was. And when we went back inside to check on our friend Mio, she had been slaughtered. So uh, I think that's as much as we can progress in that storyline. So we're gonna be doing, I guess, one of the other two storylines that are available to us this time. So yeah, it's going to be Harue or Tetsuo. It looks like Harue's storyline is deeply tied to this detective dude. I don't even know what he is actually. He doesn't seem like a detective. He just seems like a. He seems like he's puppeteering her from what we've seen in the other storyline, and I don't actually like his character very much. I love her character. She's fantastic. But it looks like her storyline's going to be tied a lot to him. And then we can also do the detectives. So, um, I actually think we'll get her storyline out of the way next, though, just because. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna do their storyline because there's further back, so it lines up further with the events of the beginning. So we might be able to understand the timeline a bit easier if we do it this way. Plus, I've been sick the past week, and I lost my voice for pretty much the day after I recorded the last video. So I can't even speak at my normal tone. So I think the sickness will help me voice Tetsuo a bit more. So let's go ahead and do Tetsuo's. I should have read that blurb, but whatever. Tetsuo Tsutsumi, 11 p.m. Former Yasuda Gardens. Alright, so this is... Okay, yeah, this is where we bumped into the woman, so... Huh. Hey boss, forensics is all done. Crime scene is clean. The other officers have all gone home. It's just us now. The park should be able to open back up tomorrow like nothing ever happened. I doubt it'll get many visitors after everything that's happened. You'd be surprised. Lots of people love that kind of thing. I bet they'll be lining up to get in. Occult stuff is really popular right now. Did you not know that, boss? Sounds stupid. Well, it's not exactly rooted in science, but if ghosts really did exist, we could just ask them who the purpose. Somehow I doubt it'd be that simple. Oh, but I've heard that high school girls are really into the spirit board thing these days. Supposedly, you can call on spirits and talk to them by using a board with letters on it. Wouldn't that be something? You can try it out yourself if you're so interested. Hey, that's not a bad idea. Let's give it a go sometime, boss. What now? Why does it seem like Tsutsumi is not the one in charge? Stop messing around. You really think we're gonna solve this case by moving a coin across a scrap of paper? Sounds like you know all about it. We've got to be open-minded. What if that's how police work is gonna be from now on? Don't make me laugh. Listen up, Ario. You can't go blaming the death of your buddy on something like the occult. I don't care if it was ghosts or the occult or what. Whoever or whatever it was that did this. I'll get them. I promise you that. Well, you got the right attitude, but We don't even know if this is a murder yet. Biases weaken our judgment. Get too fixated on one thing and you stop seeing everything else. Aye aye, boss. So, now that we've finished investigating the scene, let's review what we know. Hmm? Now? It's getting late. I figured we'd head straight home from here. Come on. We've got to go over all the info we've gathered. And what better place to do that than here at the scene of the crime where we can soak up the atmosphere? Soak up the atmosphere? The hell is there to soak up? You must be really into this occult stuff if you get off on being a place like this. Wait, you mean being somewhere like this doesn't get your blood pumping? No way. No, no. Don't turn this around on me. I'm not the weird one here. Cripes. Oh, fine. Let's get this over with. Aye aye, boss. Alright, let's check the environment, I guess. The former Yasuda Gardens here in Yokohama Ichome were originally built as part of a daimyo's estate back in the Edo period. The park became city property a number of years ago and underwent extensive renovations. There's not a soul around at this time of night. Quiet doesn't even begin to describe it. I wonder if you can like see anyone skulking around. Probably not with these graphics, it'd be too high def. This pond. They say it used to flow into the Sumida River. But the river became so polluted that they cut it off. Jun Ario, detective in the Tokyo Metropolitan Police Department, 1st Investigative Division. His rank is sergeant. This is his first time leading a case. It's like he's graduated from rookie to newbie. He looks put together on the outside, but acts like a kid most of the time. Is this Tatsumi's inner dialogue? If it is, then I should probably think. Honestly, the Force could use more people like him. So, early in the morning yesterday, a staff member found the victim collapsed here in the park and called the police when they realized he was dead. Huh. While there were no obvious external wounds, the fact that he was a police officer and the evidence of a struggle means it was likely that this was a murder. The Sumida office sent it over to us since it involved the death of an officer, and we were tasked with the investigation. What we need to do is figure out what happened and whether there was foul play involved. I think that about sums things up. But, boss? Yeah. In this case, is this case really important enough to assign to someone from the investigation division? I mean, a friend of mine died, so it's important to me, but it's all up to the higher-ups. I'm sure they've got their reasons. Boss, you know something, don't you? It'll all become clear in time. Try not to worry about it too much. Thinking about it, the only thing we know for sure is the identity of the victim. That means there must have been something special about him, right? Maybe he knew something he wasn't supposed to. Some kind of secret or something. Isn't that right? You're pretty sharp sometimes, you know that? If you've picked up on that, you should be able to put the rest together yourself. Well, it is our duty to get to the bottom of a suspicious death, especially one involving an officer. The victim is Hajime Yoshimi of the Juvenile Division of the Sumida City Community Safety Bureau. 27 years old, single. He mostly dealt with cases involving juveniles and education. His rank was senior police officer. You knew him well, didn't you? What was he like? Yes, we were in the academy together. We still went out for drinks together every month or two. He could be a little rowdy, but he was like a big brother to us all. He was kind and cared about his friends. For better or worse, he wasn't the uptight type of cop. The man always showed empathy, and I heard he was popular with the locals for it. He treated each and every troubled kid he met with compassion. He had a great record when it came to rehabilitation. Sounds like we lost a good one. Yes, we did. Truly did. I knew being a cop was dangerous. I knew something like this could happen, but it's never easy when it happens for real. I know the feeling. He didn't seem to care much about climbing the ranks, but he was at the top of our class. Only problem was that he took on so much. He had the most unfinished paperwork too. I always felt we'd need an unusual guy like him to help us solve all our unusual cases. He had left behind a fiance he would be dating since he was high school. A fiance? I thought he was single. That's suspicious. Don't worry. You're plenty unusual yourself. Me? I was the most normal of my classmates. Besides, the real weirdo among us quit the academy a long time ago. There was one even weirder than you? Hajime was quite the bad boy in school, apparently. He ended up with the police a lot. He said the officer in charge was good to him, helped him get back on track. The reason he wanted to become a cop was to pay his kindness forward. Said it was the first time he ever took a study seriously. That's a good story. Love that kind of thing. Makes me want to have a drink in his honor. Please don't make fun of my dead friend. Hey, I said in his honor. You should aspire to become the kind of cop people miss when they die in the field. You say that like it's a sure thing I'll die. Besides, if I end up biting it, I'm sure you'll be the one who misses me most, boss. Come on, don't be like that. You'll hurt morale. Well, I guess how much I'll miss you depends on how this investigation goes. I can already see it. Ario, no! Why'd you have to go and get yourself killed? I have no idea what's going on in that head of yours. Yeah, that'll be a sight to see. I can't wait. You can't wait for your own death? Get it together, kid. Sheesh. You really are something. Thank you? What about the victim's family? The Shimi family is from Kitasenju in Adachi City, but Hajime's parents died a long time ago. He lived there all alone. No siblings or anything. Went to his house a few times for drinks. Surprised. It's this huge old-looking place. Like, you know, the kind of place that seems super haunted. And he lived there alone. It looked like the home of an old noble family. It's hard to imagine him being such a delinquent living in a house like that. There's that bias I was talking about. If he's from an old family, I'm sure things were complicated. That's a bias too. He never talked about any of that, even when we were drunk, so I don't know much about it. Oh, one more thing. Yeah. Hajime was engaged. He'd been seeing his fiancée ever since they were in school, over 10 years. They just started talking about getting married. What was her name again? He showed me a picture once. She was a beautiful woman. That's so. How terrible for her. But she may know if there'd been anything going on with him lately. We should speak to her. Yeah, his fiancée may have been his only confidant. I'm sure someone at the Sumida Police Department has already contacted her. I'll look into it tomorrow. There's a lot about the victim. Hey boss. What's in the case that Hajime was running? Oh great. That's the kind of stuff I want to know. What was Hajime working on the day he died? Well, according to his report from the day before, he had 2 cases involving juveniles. Uh-huh. The first was the suicide of a high school girl who jumped off a building in Kamizawa last week. Yeah. I did hear about that. The girl's name was Michio Shiraishi. She was a second-year student at Komagata High School. But it seemed as though Hajime had had contact with her even before this incident. So she'd been troubled for some time. That's the thing. About a month ago, he happened to see her walking around town. She looked upset, so he struck up a conversation with her. He was sure there was something bothering her, but she wouldn't tell him what. Must have been must have been trouble at home. That's what I thought too. That's what he thought too. It seems he visited her home and spoke to her parents, but they said there was no problem, so there's nothing else he could do. And now she's dead. Then it's possible he could have prevented her suicide then. He must have been devastated. That's why he was looking into this Michio Shiraishi again. He must have thought that something terrible had happened that drove her to end her life. But ultimately, he never reported the findings of his investigation. I see. And you're thinking that it may have had something to do with his death? We'll have to find out what it is Hajime discovered. Right, let's check with the Sumida Police Department about that tomorrow, too. Man, there's a lot. And what was the other case he was working on? This one is also related to Komagata High School. A high student. A troublemaker named Hitomi Okuda. She seems to be the leader of a group of kids who get up to no good. Huh. Juvenile delinquency. Fun. She was pretty bad for a while. Multiple charges of destruction of property, assault, and battery. You name it. Hajime had been working with her for about 6 months, and she was finally starting to open up. Then, he met with the girl the day he died. Well, every school's got its problems. But I'm sure he'd be worried about how she'd get on without him. Right. Just when she'd finally found an adult she could trust, she might act out without someone to help her get through this. We'll have to make sure the Sumida Community Safety Bureau does their job. But, we can't rule out the possibility that meeting with this delinquent girl had something to do with his death. Then we'll have to interview her too. Yes, you're right. She may have been the last person to see him alive after all. I'll ask Sumida to introduce us tomorrow. Though, who knows if they'll actually let us talk with her. That's what we hired you for. Lay a little boyish charm on them if they need convincing. Yeah, I'm sure they'd prefer me over a scary-looking old man like you, boss. Watch it. I'm still your superior. You ought to act like you respect me at least. Oh, I thought I was. You were? Shit, is that how your generation speaks? You really are a new breed. It's probably just me, actually. Well, don't think you can get away with that with other people. So anyways, boss, what a chill boss. Were you even listening? We've got quite a bit to look into tomorrow. First, the 2 Komagata High School cases that Hajime was handling. We need to speak with his fiancée as well. I believe that's it for tomorrow. What he found, estimated time 2 days prior. Heart failure. So definitely not the same one that killed Michio. Heart failure. I wonder what Shogo's cause of death was. As for the cause of death, we won't know until the autopsy is done. From what we've seen though, it appeared to be some kind of acute heart failure. But since he had no record of chronic illness and had no visible wounds, it's possible that poison or drugs could have been involved. Dying in the middle of the park like that certainly seems suspicious. We found signs of a struggle at the scene, as well as footprints belonging to an unidentified individual. We've got people trying to identify those prints. If we can find who they belong to, we might be able to figure this whole thing out. Yes, wouldn't that be nice if that were the end of it? The only things Hajime had on him were his badge and his wallet in his pockets. So we can rule out a mugging. Though there probably aren't many people who'd think to try mugging a cop as big as him. I've also heard that Hajime got into a fair few fights in his younger days. He started judo once he became an officer and rose up the ranks quickly. Sounds like the perp would have had to been pretty strong to take on Hajime. Time of death was around 11 p.m. 2 days ago, outside of the park's operating hours, of course. His body was found early in the morning yesterday. 11 p.m. the day before yesterday. What was Hajime doing out here at that time in the first place? That's the question, isn't it? The entrance of the park is closed after hours, but a small gate that'd be fairly easy for him to get through if he really wanted to. That would, of course, be breaking and entering, but what do you think, boss? It's hard to imagine a cop like Hajime would trespass for no reason. And since it seems like someone else was here with him, could they have called him here? Oh, that does seem likely. They must have been talking about something pretty sensitive to come here in the middle of the night. So Hajime met someone here to discuss something in secret. And then they got into a fight? No, that wouldn't match the cause of death. There were no wounds on the body that would indicate a spontaneous scuffle. The perp must have planned something. Do you think it was meditated? That would mean they called Hajime to the park with the intent to kill him? Well, there's still the possibility that it was just some kind of accident. Maybe the perp tried to threaten Hajime and things went south from there. We should be able to get a clearer picture once we know exactly what killed him. Right. Man, doing his voice is hard. But either way, I'm so glad you're back in the First Division, boss. I've always admired your work. You're like a god to me. You're the whole reason I became a detective in the first place. Yeah, about that. People have been saying that ever since you first entered the academy, but... Yes, that's because it's true. I couldn't believe you got transferred out of the first just as I was assigned to it. So getting to work a case like this now, just the two of us, it's a dream come true. Happy as I am to hear that, well, how should I put it? What is it? If that's true, I'm not sure you've been showing me the appropriate amount of respect. Huh? But I do respect you. Don't tell me you're going senile, boss. That's exactly what I'm talking about, when you run your mouth like that. It's getting late, you must be sleepy. Don't worry, boss, I'll make sure we get out of here soon. Yeah, I get it. I've been wowed by your shrewd detecting abilities all day today. Oh really? Funny. I've been wowed by you too. On the topic of family, what's yours like, boss? The hell is wrong with you? Prying into my personal life all of a sudden? It's just... I've never heard you talk about them or anything. Oh, are you single? Shut it. It's none of your business. Well, ever since I joined the force, I've been thinking. The department really pressures young officers to get married. I wonder why that is. You don't say anything like that, though. How should I know? I caved to the pressure myself and got married 20-some years ago. Huh? So then... God, you're relentless. She took our daughter and left 4 years ago. Thanks for reminding me. Oh, I'm sorry. I can't believe she'd give up a guy like you. I was never home much. Too focused on work. I'd come home late only to get called right back out again. Plus being a cop is dangerous work. I don't blame her for getting fed up with it all. How sad. Especially when you're out here putting your life on the line. Oh, was that why you transferred out of the first? It was already too late by then. You better be careful, Aria. You say that, but there's not much I can do, is there? It's the nature of our job. There aren't many who can really understand it. Not unless they're involved with police work themselves, or related to someone who is. But wait, you have a daughter, boss? You really think I want to talk about her after all that? Have some sense. Come on. I promise I don't mean this the way... I don't mean this the way it sounds, but... How old is she? Jeez, you don't know when to quit, do you? At least try not to look so intrigued. Well, she's a bit rough around the edges. I think most men are intimidated by her. Last I heard, she's living by herself and going to college. Wow, college student. Men love an educated lady. Stop that. What kind of cop are you, making baseless assumptions like that? She's living on her own, though? Huh. You must worry about her. Worry? I don't even know where she lives. Oh, so she hasn't told you? Probably because she knows you'd follow her around everywhere. I would not. I don't think. Come on now. We both know that's not true. Listen here. You may look like a mean old man, but you sure have a soft side. What? Is that supposed to be a compliment? I can't keep up with you. We're done talking about this. Oh, that reminds me. If you got married 20 years ago, it must have been right around the Nejima murder. You know your history. Yeah, that happened a year or two after our wedding. You were the one who arrested the killer, weren't you? We studied that case at the academy. I was only in elementary school at the time, but I still remember people talking about some dangerous criminal getting arrested. All that was just cracking the case, finding the guy. It was all just happenstance. I'd really rather not think about it. It was a disturbing case. Did it not make your skin crawl when you learned about it at the academy? It did. We were all terrified. Sounds about right. No one could believe that such a mild-mannered man could have committed such a terrible murder. If we had overlooked one little thing, we may never have caught him at all. I think I remember hearing there was only one charge brought against him in the end. That's right. We didn't have the evidence. I knew there was no way such a meticulously planned crime could have been there first, but we may have struck Fumichika Nejima in a cell, but it was no victory. He always had the upper hand. Hope we meet this character then. And we learn about that case. Maybe it's involved somehow. And all the damage he did to everyone involved. Especially the victim's classmates. It's already been 20 years, huh? God damn it. This is why I try not to think about it. I'm sorry. Well, it is important enough to put in here. Murder of a female high school student. Human left hand floating in the river. Recovering the victim's head, what appeared to be a leg. So it's a serial killer. So that means there's probably some other people, maybe in the story, that were victims of this. 36-year-old shop owner. About her that had never been released to the public. Investigation is back in. That he had snatched his victim in a streak. A shop? I wonder if we've... Maybe it's that shop that we were pulled into in the dark. I don't know what came over me. I know it was wrong. Maybe it was the curse then. Efficiency. It was sunshine fast. No crowd ever came with light. I think it might be the one that's the most. Attempting to win a heart over engage. Brought a dagger to the canal in the air and attacked. Cut the arm and body on one side, threw them into the canal. Yeah, maybe it's this one. So all this occult stuff, have you heard about it, boss? What are you talking about? This rite of resurrection thing that everyone's talking about. No, not you too. I've been hearing about that shit everywhere. Oh, you have? That's surprising. Who cares what people are talking about? It's got nothing to do with their job. Don't you think the occult stuff with this case feels, I don't know, realer somehow? The whole thing started right here in Honjo and Smita City. So I thought that maybe... Cut it out. Nothing good could come of getting involved with that rite of whatever, or that record of fates. Sounds like you know all about it. Boss, are you secretly into the occult? Stop that. Seriously. This isn't a joke. I get why you'd be intrigued by something called the rite of resurrection after a buddy of yours died, but bringing the dead back to life, that's the stuff of fantasy. It's not real. So don't go hoping for miracles, got it? Okay, so we asked about everything. I guess now there's all that's left us to think. I've got a bad feeling about this case, and my gut is rarely wrong. I knew this would be a treacherous case from the moment we were dragged into it. Alright, oh, scene. This is where the victim was found. It's... Oh no, this is the area. This is where the victim was found. Well, it's clean now. It almost feels like nothing happened here at all. But once an incident like this has come to pass, there's no going back. Not that knowing that is any consolation. Well, boss, I think that about does it. Right, let's call it for tonight. I'll see you tomorrow. Oh my gosh! Oh god, what is that? Huh, boss? What's wrong? Don't tell me you're going to see now. Damn it. It was that case all along. What do you mean? Boss, what is it? Is there something over there? Ugh! Such deep sorrow. A resentful memory is flowing into my mind. Kill them. Kill them! Those who spread lies. Kill them all! You have acquired the power of the curse stone, the evergreen beach. You can use it to kill those who intentionally try to mislead you. Oh, that's what the evergreen beach should have been. Please, whenever someone lies to you, how can you tell if they're lying to you? This one seems like a hard one to use. Once upon a time in North Okurabashi, a beautiful beech tree stood in the garden of Lord Shinden's residence, now known as former Yasuda Gardens. It was so impressive that the house became known among the people as the beech residence. Somehow, no one had ever seen a single leaf fall from the tree. As rumors spread of the eternally green tree, it became known as the evergreen beech. However, this particular species of tree was actually an evergreen, so the lack of fallen leaves is nothing out of the ordinary. This has led people to say that the strangest part of this legend is the fact that it even became legend at all. Curse power. Kills by hanging one who tries to mislead the curse bearer with false statements. Hanging one. Did we have anybody like that in the first playthrough? I don't think so. So I don't think we've seen him kill anyone yet. Resentful memory. He deceived us with the so-called rite of resurrection. Huh. The man who tricked the people with this false dark art swings from a rope. They thought the man had escaped the previous night, but oddly enough, he was found hanging in the garden of the daimyo's mansion that morning. The man, a local named Jinkichi, was known for his kind temperament and skill in crafting Netsuke clasps. Though his life wasn't always easy, he was optimistic, the type to smile through whatever life threw at him. He was the kind of man who would take care of those who didn't have anyone else to rely on. The prosperity that the ukiyo-e boom brought must have been what fanned the flames of his greed. The old craftsman was found in the miserable state as if sentenced to some cruel fate. Perhaps he ended his own life, unable to bear the weight of his crimes. But dead men tell no tales, and the people thought of him as a bad man, even in death. He hung there for days till his neck stretched terrifically, a visage of pain still etched on his face. It was clear he must have struggled greatly as he died, his flesh marked with dark scars where the rope tied around his whole body. The beech tree's leaves do not fall, and neither did the body's man hang from it. As the mansion's owner was not home, another unfortunate event. The people held their tongues, fearing divine punishment, but the rumors persisted nonetheless. Interesting. Ugh! A murderous impulse seeps into my soul like thick black tar. Now, kill. Can you hear it, curse bearer? You who so strongly desires the right. Kill them. So, wait. But Suzumiya was the one who said he didn't want the right. Boss, boss! Boss, what's the matter? Don't tell me you really went senile. Sorry. I'm fine. Idio. Yes? I have some bad news. Oh no, your senility is kicking in, isn't it? No, we've got a bit of trouble on our hands. Looks like we'll be working some overtime. We're not going home tonight. So that means that means when they did see Shogo, they had a curse ready. Huh? What are you talking about? Now the question is, do I want to continue his story right now? Or do I want to go to Harue's? Okay, we'll do just this one, and then we'll call it from there. Hopefully this one's not as long. Tetsuo Tsutsumi, 12 a.m. Former Yasuda Gardens. Okay, so let me get this straight, boss. The rite of resurrection really exists? And to use it, you have to kill people using the power of curses from the 7 mysteries of Honjo? And the curse you have is from the story of the Evergreen Beach that's told in this area? Is that right? Yeah, pretty much. You're quick on the uptake. You weren't your usual silly self when we were explaining, so I knew you were telling the truth. I'm never silly. The thing I have trouble believing is that you're taking this so-called stuff seriously now. I mean, talk about paranormal. I thought you didn't believe in any of that. Not that I don't believe in it. My familiarity with it is why I've tried not to get too close. Are you just being a sore loser? Not used to admitting you were wrong? Oh, shut up and listen to me. No point in trying to hide things anymore. We won't get anywhere if you don't understand this, so listen up. Maybe the last murder thing was a rite of resurrection, like, event. Please, just listen. You don't have to keep saying it. I'm listening. We don't have time to waste. We'll talk as we walk. Hey, wait for me, boss! Finally some non-scary music. Ryogoku Bridge. Oh, my neck is so stiff. Sorry, I just want to double check one thing. You're telling the truth, right? This isn't a side effect of senility? That's the truth. Not like I can prove it, though. So wait, he's not gonna tell us? It's not stupid, but he sure can be slow sometimes. Though I think that positivity of his may come in handy at some point. Revealing the existence of a secret department is against the rules, even to a fellow cop. Secret department? But this is an emergency. I need his help. I'll tell him. Whoa. I'm sure you already know this, but this is all top secret. No sharing it with anyone. Right, you can trust me not to. But, no, I just can't believe it. I'd heard rumors that you used to be a member of a secret division attached to the security bureau. I can't believe we actually have a department called Paranormal Affairs. Yeah, I'm sure it comes as a shock. I couldn't believe it myself. I thought the higher-ups were messing with me. Really had me worried for a while there. No, this is incredible. That's the whole reason I became a cop. I was always fascinated by secret agencies and stuff. You serious? But thinking about it, it totally makes sense. If curses and spirits really do exist, And of course we need a special department to protect citizens from them. You seem a bit too eager to believe all this. And hang on, I thought you joined up because of me. Come on, boss. Do you only have one favorite food? You can like more than one thing. Yeah, whatever. In any case, the official stance is that the supernatural doesn't exist, so Paranormal Affairs operates in secret. Still not sure why they stuck me there. Those 4 years, I worked nothing but cases involving the supernatural. Wow. Paranormal Affairs. 5 members. Network of psychic contacts across the country. Oh, she's a part of them. Miyoko. That's cool. Kuiru Nakagoshi. I don't know if we met them already, or if we will meet them. Interesting. Sorry, I'm like, I'm quiet while reading and just like staring dumbfounded. I just realized. But there's a lot of lore to take in right now. Like the field, marriage years ago, candy and desserts. Knows about current trends. I feel like his daughter is gonna be a part of this somehow. Alright, is there anything else I can... Let's just think. So, do you, have it? Have what? Spirit sense, of course. Are you what they call spiritually gifted? Nope. Never felt anything at all. Even if I did, I'd be a lightweight at best. One beer and I'm down for the count. Oh, huh. Is that how people in the field quantify someone's spirit sense? Like how much liquor they can handle? Wow. Wait, what? No, but wait a second. Is Yoko his daughter? Because he's talking about alcohol to talk about how much, like, spirit stuff, and that's what Yoko is doing. Oh, huh. Sorry, seems like I keep disappointing you. No, it's not your fault, boss. At the risk of disappointing you yet again, I'll tell you one more thing. Spirit sense is usually something you're born with. It's tough to develop later on. What? So there's no hope for me? No, see, it isn't so. Of course you were interested. Well, you never know. You may have some hidden potential. I know there's a high schooler who's got so much spirit sense that she works in the front lines. I say work, but she wasn't paid because it was supposedly a part of her training. Yikes, that seems like it'd be in violation of Article 69 of the Labor Standards Act. I don't know if it's actually Article 69 or if they're just choosing that number. Wow, you really know the law. No comment. Even the occult field has workers' rights issues, huh? So, what do we do now? We've got this rite of resurrection, and the curse echoes of the 7 mysteries of Honjo. The curses being spread out around the city is a bit of emergency. It's that bad? Oh, wait, I think I might have said Satsumi's line. I'll put it this way. It's like handing out guns all over town. Jeez, that's real bad. See, in any other country, that's real bad. In America, that's normal. But I'm not American, so I wouldn't know. It is. So we need to find the source and put a stop to it before something terrible happens. Usually that'd be a job for Paranormal Affairs, but I talked to them on our way here. The main team is tied up till tomorrow night. So they told me to deal with it myself. Said it'd be fine since I have some experience. Huh? What? Then that overtime you mentioned means... Yep, you're gonna help me, partner. Alright, let's do this! You seem a bit too eager to dive into all this. Really have no reservations working a case you know nothing about? You said this was an emergency. I didn't think we had a choice. I'm just trying to be logical about this, boss. You really are something. Might actually be nice having you around. Why, thank you. So, what exactly do we do? If these curses are connected to the 7 mysteries, then the people who have the others should all be here in town. Right. If there's 7 of them, that means there are 6 more out there. And we have to stop them all before they kill anyone with their curses. If we can, we should find and collect all the curse stones. So does that mean they actually have like legal authority to arrest people who kill via paranormal means? But boss, from what you said earlier, killing a curse bearer gets you closer to completing the rite of resurrection. Won't your life be in danger if they find out you're a curse bearer? Pretty much. You can't let that happen. Should you even be out here right now? Hiding would only be a waste of time. The mystery of the one-sided reed is associated with the Ryogoku Bridge. I was hoping we'd be quick enough to run into the one-sided reed's curse bearer. No such luck, it seems. Well, if nothing else, maybe word will spread that the cops are on the lookout and people will behave. That's putting a lot of trust in whoever these other people are. But it's possible that other curse bearers will have this with the same idea will come here. Talk to anyone you see who seems suspicious. Ugh. That means someone who may have the power of a curse? Understood. In that case, why don't I ask that guy who's been watching us this whole time? What do you know? There is someone there. Good luck. Yikes. Hey, you there! Sorry to bother you, but I've got some questions. I'm with the police. Yeah, I knew it was this guy. Thanks for your cooperation. We'll be asking you a few things, Mr. I'm actually gonna turn off my audio for a bit, because that's how this guy kills. Yutaro Namigaki. That's your name, correct? Yes. I don't mind answering your questions. You're a detective? Did something happen? Oh, right. Lots of things have been happening around here. Like people dying. So, what to make of this guy? Okay, so, yeah, I'm gonna have to be careful. Boss, let's talk to this guy. Let's take a look at him first. The man identifies as Yutaro Namigaki, a 21-year-old college student. He was watching us so calmly. We need to be careful with this guy. So, what is it you were doing here? Ah, must be the incident at the former Yasuda Gardens. The dead policeman? I can't imagine a detective would come all the way out here otherwise. Huh. Actually can't remember how I voiced this guy last time. So sorry if my voices are all over the place. Say, Mr. Detective, have you ever heard of the Evergreen Beach? How about you answer my question first? What were you doing here? I was answering your question. Well, I hate this guy, man. I came here to look for the Evergreen Beach from the 7 Mysteries of Honjo. Actually, I was wondering if either of you knew anything about it. If it's the Evergreen Beach you're after, you'd be better off looking around the former Yasuda Gardens in here. Oh, you know a lot about this. But that's what I thought. Detectives, you have the curse stone of the Evergreen Beach, don't you? How did you know? God damn it, Area. Area, you idiot. Oh, that was much easier than expected. Oh, crap, sorry. It was simple inference. I figured you would have taken the curse if you were just in the gardens. If you know that, then You must be a curse bearer yourself. I have no intentions of hiding anything. I plan to tell you from the start. Look, this is my curse stone. I believe it's called the Foot Washing Mansion. That's right. But are you sure about this? I'm not so rash that I'd kill someone as soon as I found out they were a curse bearer. Not without talking to them first. It's a very, like, confident thing to say to a police officer, even if it wasn't supernatural. You're the same, aren't you, detectives? You wouldn't use a curse on a normal person. Let's speak as equals, shall we? I kind of want to kill this guy. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it and see what happens. Boss? Sure. We'd rather resolve this amicably too. Wait, did it not use it? I guess he wasn't being deceptive. I guess to give that option so anytime we think he's lying, so that like we don't actually know if he's being honest or not. Before we talk, there's something I should tell you. Hmm? This is my curse stone. The evergreen beach, just like you thought. What? What boss, why would you tell him? As for how the curse works. Boss, are you having another senior moment? If you tell him that, it hangs to death anyone who would try to mislead me. So if you try to lie to me, the curse stone will let me know. I don't have to use it to tell. Understand? Ah, I see. Okay. Well, really? That's super useful. I see. Understood. It's a pretty useful power for a detective. Now then, let's talk. Damn. Seems I've lost the upper hand. No point for petty tricks then. I'll be honest with you. Okay, let's keep let's keep doing it. Take this. So far, so good. Okay, yeah. So I guess they give you the option so you can keep telling the truth. There's someone I want to bring back, so I'd like your assistance in collecting soul dregs. Okay, we know this is true, so maybe we just don't have to bother using it here. Can't help you. Please, all you'd have to do is tell me who the other curse bearers are. I don't think he's lying here either. Sorry, but as a police officer, I can't just look the other way and let you go. Please, if you help me, I'll let you two go as well. He's gonna kill us, so I'm gonna kill him here. Is that a threat? No. It's your final warning. My curse. The foot washing mansion. Did you really think you could escape it just by being careful? Didn't matter to me which of you was the curse bearer. I'll be taking both of your soul dregs anyway. Wait, Namigaki! The foot washing mansion is a powerful curse, and so simple to activate. It's ready whenever I need it. There's no escape from the voice of my feet. From the voice of my feet? Erio, get out of here. Hurry, I'll find you later. What? Okay. Too late. You hear the voice of my curse echo. Damn it. Damn, did I miss it then? Did I miss the key? Was it the voice all along I needed to keep on? What? Okay, I turned it off. Impossible. This never happened. Okay, I did it in time. Wait, does that mean he killed someone before this? So he got the 1% before he met up with us then. What's happening? Or what's happening? I don't hear anything. Ario, grab him. Right. Namigaki, get down. God damn it. Boss, here, his curse stone. Good work. Give it to me. Whew. The one thing I didn't turn down. I guess it was voice. I turned down all three last time to be safe, but... Damn it, why? What do you think, boss? Should we lock him up? I haven't even touched you. You can't consider that assault of a police officer. Let him go. All we need is a stone. How could this happen? My right of resurrection. Give it up. The right was too good to be true from the start. I don't know what happened to you, but you'd be better off mourning whoever you lost the right way. Now get out of here. Damn it. Now get out of here. Man, I really wish we could have killed him, though. Whew. It's a close one, huh, boss? You'd probably be dead if he had activated his curse. Yeah, I'm not sure what, but something stopped his curse from... Boss, are you okay? Does having another curse stone hurt? Yeah, the curse on this one is flowing into me too. Wait, so does that mean he has the same power now? Probably, right? Oh no! I saw what activates the curse of the foot-washing mansion, and the resentful memories bound to it. Ah, I see. I always thought this was one of the stranger of the seven mysteries. Now I know why. It sure is something. What did you see? I'll save that for later. All you need to know for now is that it's a particularly powerful curse. We're lucky we took it from it quickly. Whew! Okay, so I think now... Okay, yeah. Foul-smelling wind rattled the house. Suddenly a giant fish washed it. Okay, we read that already. Killed by crushing one who hears the command, wash. She was an accomplished onmyoji. Alas, she did not use her talents for the good of the world or the people, but for her own selfish pursuit of beauty. After a fierce battle, the woman dragged herself through the streets. It was like something had gnawed away at her body. Will I die? I've already attained what I needed, as long as I have this. Suddenly, a terrible realization dawned upon her. Her legs wouldn't move. She fell to the ground. What was happening? Surprised, she looked down. Her foot, once so beautiful and delicate, had grown ulcerated and rotten. He got her. She was on the verge of death and covered in filth to boot. Crawling to a nearby house, her breath caught in her throat. The curious resident opened up, but recoiled from what they saw. My foot is so filthy. Someone please, quickly. The woman expired while mumbling something unintelligible. And so ended the life of a woman consumed by evil. Well, that makes one stone. Where do we go now? We'll visit all the places associated with the mysteries while it's still dark out. You mean we have to do that all over again? I hope they aren't all as aggressive as him, but people will do crazy things to bring back someone they love. It seems that the hatred the cursed stones are imbued with makes people more willing to kill. Really? Then what about you, boss? I'm fine. May not have any spirit sense, but I'm tough when it comes to this stuff. That's why they loved me in Paranormal Affairs. So you are spiritually gifted after all. Alright, let's head to the next place. Alright, I'm gonna stop there for tonight. I guess this next one is a Shogu encounter. Which does actually looks like it lines up. Yeah. So I guess like I'm starting to see a clearer picture. I'm like the information that's being provided in bits and pieces, all starting to connect. Maybe, or maybe I'm just imagining that they're connecting, and there's actually no connections. Either way, really cool to learn more about Mio, what she is. Really cool to learn about Tetsuo. Really hope that Yoko is actually Tetsuo's daughter, because that would be a cool connection. Um, and yeah, I don't think I'm gonna continue his story next time. I think I might do Harue's next time. Just specifically because doing Tetsuo's voice is super hard on my throat. And yeah. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed. I hope you like my theories. I hope, or that you're yelling, shelling, not shelling, yelling or shouting at the screen. Uh, to say like, no, that this is the theory, or this is the correct theory, or whatever. I don't know. I hope if you've never seen this game before either, then maybe you guys have some cool theories as well. I'm probably not going to look at comments and stuff if there ever is comments on this until I'm done the game. But thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.